Good evening, everybody. We are back with a brand new series to this channel. We got the NASCAR Throwback Series on tonight, put on by Josh Brock and the crew over there. We got an exciting race for you. I know it says round one. I kind of screwed up a little bit when I put everything up. It is the shootout tonight. You're probably wondering what that means. Well, let's get some race info up and we'll talk about it really quick. It is, like I said, it's the shootout, so we've got 55 laps tonight. It is a super speedway race. They don't usually do fast repairs, but we're going to do one fast repair for super speedways all season long. They have two sets of tires hanging on the wall tonight, which should make things a little bit interesting. Now, what's so fancy about the fact that it's a shootout? Well, with it being the shootout, much the way that Daytona 500 qualifying works, what we're going to do is the top two from qualifying for this session are going to set your front row for the 500 come next week. And then as far as first in the race, we'll be third place, second, fourth place, third, fifth place, so on and so forth as we move back. So it kind of gives it that Daytona qualifying flair, makes these guys race for the front, and should put on a solid show. Now, we have the whole idea of the NASCAR Throwback Series. What does that mean? We're running vintage paints from 2013 to 2016 on the current ARCA car in iRacing. So that we'll have a whole host of different cars. We've got a breast cancer awareness race happening this season. We've got another race kind of going on this season as well. I don't want to give too many details about it. So we'll see some different paints throughout the season. Most everybody has at least two paints for the cars, plus their breast cancer awareness paint if they choose to run one. So we'll have all of that as the season goes on. And then as we get down to, I think it's 10 races to go, we do have a chase for the end. So that'll be a thing. So playoff points will come into it. And we will technically have two championships at the end. We'll have the top, I think it's top 10 racing for the championship, and then the best of the rest as well. So like I said, we're in for an interesting night tonight. We've got, I believe it was 29 drivers, which is huge for those that ran in this series last season. It kind of, we had some issues keeping drivers. This season, we've got a whole host of guys who've been driving together for about a month now, running various races in the car, getting acquainted with each other. So, should be a good race tonight. Let's go. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for fast lap. I don't know why my stuff is overrunning. That's kind of new. Schroeder, I haven't found him yet, man. I keep looking. We're going to be looking for him at 11:30 in the 87s, so we'll see. Zach Korn at the top of the board so far. Oh, Dustin Haynes bumps him off with a 51 flat. We'll see if that holds. What's up, Send It? Josh Brock to the top of the board now. Now, something else of interest as I saw Josh Brock jump to the top of the board. We have 3 sets of father-son duos in the field tonight. We have, obviously, Father Ball and JD in race. We have Josh Brock and his son, Michael Brock, denoted by the R next to the 42 on the tower there. And we also have Joe and, how do I put this? Joe Perozzi Jr. So we have a second and a third. So we refer to the older Joe as Pop. So you'll hear me probably say that quite a bit tonight. But kind of interesting that we have 3 father-son duos. So, obviously previous seasons, me and my wife were in here, which was interesting. But, yeah, definitely an interesting mix of people in race tonight. So all right. Wait to see how everything shakes out here. We only got a couple of seconds left is my guess. All right. Well, let's get things sorted out here as I wait for the grid to show up. We'll get our tower off the screen. We're going to click grid on. So Andrew Phipps going to... Why did grid just disappear? Technical difficulties, everybody. Give me 2 seconds here. These always kind of happen from time to time. We're going to reload our overlay. If it'll let me. Oh boy, that's not good. Not a great time for this to happen. But we have Andrew Phipps on the pole. Josh Brock's going to be second. Get our live timing and scoring back up. There we go. Gabe Griffin going to start P3. Dennis Daly is P4. Dustin Haynes going to start 5th. Zach Korn starting 6th. We've got Anthony Crownover starting 7th. Good to see him back this season. Jesse Bennell's going to start in 8th. Kevin Savoy 9th. Mike Robinson going to start in 10th. Tyler Nichols is 11th. Jeff Pless is 12th. Moving back further, we got the first of the McHaley starting 13th with Fatherball. We've got Jacob Bowen to his outside in 14th. We've got Joe Perazzi starting 15th. Diesel Weasel going to start 16th. Rodney Vest is 17th. Tom Gom, the Gominator, starting 18th. Sam Green is 19th. Eric Dillingham going to start 20th. Pop Perozzi starting 21st. Michael Brock starting 22nd. Nathan Dillard is 23rd. JD McHaley 24th. We've got Anthony McPherson starting 25th. Gary Freeman starting 26th. Carter Nelson is 27th. Eric Kapp 28th. And Aiden Haller rounding out the field in 29th position. All right, let's get our tower. We'll pay some bills, and we'll get the track map up as well. The pole award, or well, pole is sponsored all season by Sam Green Race Designs. So like I said, Andrew Phipps taking that home tonight. Send it. We try to make it as real as we can. Uh-oh, sounds like Kevin Savoy may have had issues already. We're going to get this off the screen. All right. The other cool thing with this is seeing the vintage paint schemes go to battle all over again. The new ARCA car is about as close as you can get to a really good Gen 6. We originally ran the Gen 6 for a couple of years, especially when I started running this league, and there started to become issues with netcode and things of that nature. So we just went ahead and said the heck with it, put them in a newer car, which is the paint scheme's almost virtually copy over, which makes it really nice. Yeah, I think these guys are in for a great season in this car. All right. A lot of chatter on the radio right now. I'm actually kind of shocked. All right, drivers getting quiet. Pace car is about to duck off here as Andrew Phipps is going to bring him to the line. Now, they do have a restart zone in effect. That will be a thing. And we're off. Phipps with a solid jump. Josh Brock, Gabe Griffin going to start pulling lanes left, right, and center as we're 2x2 behind Phipps. Keep in mind, guys, we hit lap 3. If everything's golden and clean, we're going to go ahead and do a crank it up here. Josh Brock going to inherit the lead off of turn 2. He's got Double D pushing him down the front or down the back stretch here as we get ready to dive off into turn number 3. Still side-by-side action up front. Zach Korn looking for a hole to move out and around, but he's stuck there in the 3rd position on that high lane. We got the 88 of Jesse Bennell, last season's champion. He's 4th up there on that high lane. Be exciting to see what he can do. We've got Tyler dropping out of line. Apparently he was blinking a little bit there, so he's going to drop to the back, fall in line, and keep going. As Dennis Daly and Josh Brock are going at it here. Dennis is going to try and make a move. Korn's going to join him. They're going to let Brock drift to the high side. So Double D going to lead this one in a Greg Biffle paint scheme. And I'm totally going to miss it, so we're going to move it to the next lap. We'll do a crank it up on the next one. We'll do it for a couple laps. We'll ride on board with some guys. As Josh Brock takes it around the outside. Jesse Bennell in tow. That's one thing about this car. You just cannot break away unless you can get some massive side draft, pull somebody back. But, ooh, Josh getting a little squirrely. Dennis to the bottom side. He's going to take over the lead. I'm going to step away for a minute. We're going to crank this thing up. We'll let you guys hear these cars. We'll wait for that to catch up really quick, and we'll go take a look and see what happened there. Moving back. Let's go blimp on this. It looks like it happens back by the 18, and I'm trying to find him on the list. Where is it? I can't find it. It sounds like Sam might have claimed that. So we'll kind of keep an eye on Sam here. There's going to be a checkup in front of the 21. They kind of accordion. Sam went to go low. Tom gets loose. The 18 gets lifted, shoots down in front of Eric. That's the 42 of Michael Brock. The 30 car of Rodney Vest just missing it. Who's in the 78? Nathan Dillard missing it as well. Oh, Pops right in it in that 4 car. Some of these guys lucky that they've got a fast repair. Gary Freeman getting very, very lucky. So, well, that's our first caution of the night. We'll go ahead and get some race data up on screen. Lap 5 of 55. Dennis Daly, your leader currently. 3 lead changes so far. So, yeah, you figure with as much stuff that goes on in one of these races with an ARCA car, a lot of things can happen. So still very early in the night, but Fatherball going to stay out. Rodney Vest as well. Looks like Nathan Dillard, Mac or Anthony McPherson gonna stay out as well, and I believe JD McHaley. So let's get some different angles on some of these cars. I think I've got no, we got Fatherball in the Rusty Wallace Brad Keselowski paint scheme. Rodney Vest, I can't remember exactly who this paint scheme was for. Nathan Dillard in the Martin Truex Jr. 78. Anthony McPherson going to be in the, I want to say it's Ryan Newman, but I know that's not right. I think it's Blaney paint scheme. JD going to be in the number 22 Joey Logano paint scheme. Dennis Daly in the number 16 Greg Biffle car. Andrew Phipps dressed up like Jimmy Johnson. Boom, confetti. Zach Korn is in that number 19 Carl Edwards Subway Toyota Camry. Gabe Griffin in the Ricky Stenhouse Jr. number 17. Jesse Bedell, last season's champ. He's in the Dale Jr. car. Josh Brock in that Jamie McMurray paint scheme. Dustin Haynes in the Austin Dillon. I told him if he could put it up in the fence, I'd make him a highlight reel. So, Jeff Pless, the Eric Amarola number 43 car. Then we've got Jacob Bowen in the number 21. And I can't even tell you who may have driven this paint scheme back in at that point. Joe Perazzi, he's in the Paul Menard car. Anthony Crownover in his usual number 5. We got old Diesel Weasel in the 95 of Michael McDowell. Carter Nelson is going to be Denny Hamlin tonight. Kevin Savoy in the 98 car, which is really weird for him. Usually he's in the 99. Tyler Nichols in the 41. Gary Freeman is in the Brett Moffitt 34. Mike Robinson in the 18. Pop Rosie's in the 4. Tom Gom is going to play Jeff Gordon again this season. Sam Green is Tony Stewart. Aiden Haller in that 99 car. Eric Kapp in the 6. Eric Dillingham is in the 20. And Michael Brock in the 42. So Fatherball is going to lead the field to pace. I'm actually going to close something for just a second. We're getting a little bit of slowness, so I want to see if we can't fix that really quick. Every once in a while, I get kind of a funky thing happening here. So reload them overlays and see if we can't fix a couple of things. Oh, that's much nicer. Much nicer. Things are smoother now. All right, now we can get this off the screen. So we get ready to go back racing. So you've got Fatherball, Rodney Vest on your front row. And then Nathan Dillard and Anthony McPherson, that second row. Dennis Daly, your first car off pit road. He is sitting P6. So let these guys battle it forward. I owe you guys to turn it up. So once we get around a full lap, we'll crank it back up here as these guys get ready to do battle once again. And green flags in the air. Fatherball with a heck of a jump. Nathan Dillard coming through right behind him. Rodney Vest is going to be a little slow on that top lane. Let's see if he can't drop it in. Ooh, Dennis up into the wall. Trying to let everybody slot in. Fatherball continues to lead. Vest holds the outside lane. He's actually got to run, see if he can clear Fatherball here. It looks like he's not gonna. So we're gonna step away again. We're gonna try and crank it up one more time for you guys. We'll see how this goes. Alrighty. Zach Korn has gotten into the lead at this point. We got Gabe Griffin in second right behind him. Get this out of the way. Dustin Haynes is running third in that number 3. And then we've got Jacob Bowen in 21st. McPherson is 5th. Crown over 6th. Dennis Daly 7th. Tom Gom 8th. Tyler Nichols is 9th. Joe Perazzi up to 10th. Mike McKaylee's 11th. Josh Brock is 12th. JD McKaylee kind of fallen off the pace. Back to about 16th right now. Oop, as I see the 18 up in the wall. A lot of very close racing as we see Tom Gom trying to come through the pack. And that Jeff Gordon scheme. He's leading a 3-car pole with Joe Perazzi and Josh Brock all headed for the front. Two by two, back through about 10th place, almost to 12th, as Tom Gom has moved to the lead. Now, these guys do run 75% fuel, so that's going to make a big, big difference into their strategy. So do you run up front for too long? Do you kind of let it ride? If it's me, I'm probably sitting P5 in one of the lines. We'll see what happens there. Starting to get a little stretched out. Looks like we've almost got about 3 distinct packs. And it actually looks like now we're melding back to 1. Oh, as Pop Perosi gets a little loose on the bottom. Dustin Haynes got put in the sucker hole there, and he's headed for the back for right now. Korn leads the outside lane. Gom leads the bottom. It's 3 Chevys, a Ford, and a Toyota. Your top 5. Everybody running fairly clean. I think everybody just kind of settling in right now. Still pretty early as I see the 20 of Eric Dillingham was up into the wall there for just a second. So you got Corn and Gabe on that high lane with Jacob Bowen right behind them. And then I see the 5 of Crown over. And then you've got the Gominator, Joe Perazzi, Josh Brock, and Pops, the top 4 on the low lane. Oh, Josh Brock goes high. Pops goes with him. And they're going to go on a rocket around the Gominator. Ooh, the 3 car up in the wall. Still clean as we head towards lap number 16. 3 wide down the front stretch. Nothing good could come of this. Dennis trying to weave his way up through the pack. Josh Brock throws a block on the bottom lane. They continue to roll. Pop Perosi to the lead. Man, it's 3 wide in the back of that pack. Trying to find out who we want to go off of there. We're going to go off the nose of Eric Dillingham real quick, as you can see what's going on. A lot of moving back here. You can hear Eric checking out of it every once in a while just so he doesn't run over anybody in front of him. Back to the battle for the lead. Corn to the lead this time. Pop's trying to get that Jimmy John's car moving towards the front. Corn's got the lead for the minute. Oh no, Pops is loose. I think everybody stayed moving except for Pops. I think he took a header there. We'll take a look at that really quick. Just a funky bump. Oh, Pops just backs it in the wall, so pretty impressive as he's still moving. So Dennis Daly, your leader. Everybody kind of stretching out now. It'll take another lap before we start to see it really bunch up again. So you've got Dennis Daly, Dustin Haynes, Rodney Vest, your top 3, Jacob Bowen, Tom Gom, Zach Korn, Eric Dillingham, Gabe Griffin, Joe Perosi, and Tyler Nichols, your top 10. Then the bottom lane's going to come alive. 3 wide across the start-finish line. Jacob Bowen takes over the lead from Tom Gom and the rest of the crew up front. Working on 19 laps in the books. Bowen goes low. That's going to allow the Gominator to take back over as we head down the back stretch at Daytona. A lot of very good racing here tonight. Josh Brock dives it to the bottom around Dillingham and the Gominator with Jesse Bedell in tow. Gom just going to edge Brock for that lap. I think they've just got just a little more help on that high lane. And if I remember correctly, I do believe it was Eric that won the Daytona race last year. So keep an eye on him. The outside lane gets a little bit of a run on those guys as everybody's kind of migrating up. Gom leads off of turn 4 as we get to 21 laps in the books here. Josh Brock carries it around the bottom. Jesse Bennell's shoving away. See if they can't get out in front of this group, but it's going to be a rubber match all race long. Whoa, more looseness on the bottom lane. Everybody keeps rolling. The only bad thing with this car is everybody's all packed up. When the big one happens, it's going to be huge. 22 laps in the books this time by Tom Gom, still your leader. Eric Dillingham right in tow. Josh Brock in the 1 car in the bottom lane. Dennis Daly in the 16 on the high lane. So the top 2 single filed out. Everybody else stuck following. A lot of side drafting as they try to make any little move that they can think of. Almost 24 laps in the book, or 23 laps in the books, my bad. Tom Gom leads by the next time. Everybody given plenty of room as we head down into 3 and 4. Got a little 4-car breakaway right now. This could work out to these guys' advantage if they can get away from them. Corn headed to the bottom. He's going to abandon hope, bring these guys forward. See if he can't get a run off the nose of Jesse Bennell as we start to catch the 78 of Nathan Dillard. Lap car's going to stay high here. He's already announced. He gets the wall just a little bit there. Still double file most of the way back. We've got Mike Robinson trying to make a run around the outside of Tyler Nichols. Nobody going with him. We got a caution out. Looking to see where that is. It looks like the 12 car possibly. We're going to see if I can't find it. I believe, yep, we've got Anthony McPherson already around as we get ready to head into turn 3 there. Let's see if we can't check that out. Oh, wow. It was just a quick checkup. And around goes Mac. Watch that at quarter speed. You're going to see everybody check up here in just a second. So Joe Perosi checks up. Brock checks up. The 12 checks up. There's contact. Fatherball checks up, gives him just a love tap, and up into the wall he goes. That's rough. That's rough. All right. Well, let's get some race info so far on the board. 2 cautions so far. 25 laps in, so just a little over halfway, or just a little under halfway, my bad. Dennis Daly leads this time again. We're on caution, like I said, number 2. I don't know why it's giving me 1 caution. I think it's because of the way that I had to reboot everything, but 7 lead changes since that reboot of the software. So that a little off for right now. Hopefully we don't have to reboot it again, but nobody's staying out this time, so that's a good sign. I'm going to step away for just a quick second, and I'll be right back with you guys. All righty. Jacob Bowen going to be your leader off the start. He's got Gabe Griffin to the outside. Tyler Nichols going to start third. Dustin Haynes is starting fourth. Still anybody's race. Pace car is off. And once we hit the restart zone, it's Bowens to take green. And we're golden. Down into turn one we go. Side by side. Oh, we got a blink from Tyler Nichols, second in line there. But Gabe Griffin going to be your leader on the high lane so far with Dustin Haynes in tow. Man, Tyler blinks right there on that inside line, and it definitely makes you not want to try to rush for the front as Bowen's going to pull back up on Gabe Griffin. Still side by side, down into one. We'll go off the nose of the Gominator here for just a minute. See, they're checking up behind him. Who's going to make the first move that's going to cause the checkup? As Tyler goes to the bottom, we'll see how that blinking starts to affect that bottom lane. A lot of times when you see the car blink out, come back in, what'll happen is you won't be able to, you won't be able to get a run. It kind of stalls you out. So that may cause an issue. Now, without a car in front of Tyler, you know, it may allow him to stay more in race if he's having some sort of internet issue as well. Got Michael Brock coming off of pit road right now. Ooh, Tyler blinking again. A couple of guys tagging the wall. Bowen's going to settle in for second, though. And now they've actually taken off compared to Tom Gom in the bottom line. So the high line is definitely starting to work at Daytona. Oh, Korn gets shoved to the bottom. Benell goes with him. Not sure if that was just a bad shove or what. There's already conversations about Tyler's blinking, and Tyler said, well, just send it. So we'll see how that goes as the top three are starting to break away from the top lane even. I mean, these guys are definitely moving. They are slowly catching the lap car of Michael Brock as well, but Tyler still blinks a little bit. Off turn 4, headed back across the start straight this time. Korn leading that bottom lane, seeing if he can't get something going in that Subway Toyota. I think Tyler's blinking's actually might be worse now that he's up front, but at least he's not in the middle of the pack where guys are going to have to worry about being around him the whole time. Michael Brock going to hold the high lane in the 42 Target car. Everybody going to move down below him so that way they can make it on by. They are definitely driving very skillfully, very precision. Jacob Bowen going to go to the lead there with Gabe Griffin in tow. Oh, somebody in the wall. 3 wide back there by Eric Dillingham. Finally got Eric Cap back off pit lane there. He's actually only a half a lap down, so I'm interested to hear what happened there. I don't know if he had to serve a drive-through or what. Ooh, Tyler blinks as they get real close together. Josh Brock working his way back to the front of the field. Andrew Phipps coming with him as well. Mover of the race so far, Jacob Bowen up 11. Tied with Eric Dillingham and Gary Freeman. And now we see Tyler drop to the bottom. That's going to give Dustin Haynes a chance to take the lead here. 3 wide across the start finish. Wow, everybody's starting to go 3 wide on that high lane. You've got the 18, the 27, and the 4 in the high. Dustin Haynes to the lead in that number 3 Chevy. Oh, they get loose off of 4. Oh, and they're up in the wall. I think that's going to bring out the caution. There it is. Oh, God, a lot of cars in that one. Lot of cars in that one. And it looked like it started back by Pops. We're going to go blimp view on this. $18 and the 4 make connection. Oh, man. Corn gets into it. There goes Gary Airborne. Trying to figure out what happened to JD here because he said he had it saved. He winds up clipping pit road there. Anthony Crownover in it. So a lot of good cars involved in that wreck. So we'll have to see how that shakes out. Well, we'll see if that thins anything out. I've got Anthony Crownover, Jeff Pless, Pop Perozzi, JD McKaylee, Anthony McPherson all on pit road right now, along with the 18 of Mike Robinson. Josh Brock gonna stay out. Who else we got out here still? We got Carter Nelson stayed out and Eric Cap stayed out on that one. right. Sounds like a little bit of confusion with everything going on during the caution. A lot of guys getting knocked down through pit road. That's one of the things that, at least with league racing, you can do, especially with something like that where somebody gets knocked down through the pit road. It's not like it's something that you can control and something that iRacing hasn't fixed yet, so they tend to clear that one. All right. Lights on the pace car should be going out this time. So your top 10 are going to be Josh Brock, Carter Nelson, Eric Kapp, Dustin Haynes, Andrew Phipps, Jacob Bowen, Tyler Nichols, Eric Dillingham, Mike McKaylee, and Joe Perazzi going to be the top 10. All righty. Well, about to go green here. We do have some drivers kind of mixing some things up from what I'm hearing over the radio, just due to the way that iRacing doesn't allow to clear black flags and such. But I think we're about to get going here. So Josh Brock, Carter Nelson going to kick this thing back off. You know, Josh is going to have to wait, obviously, till the restart zone, and we'll get things rolling. And we are green flag racing. 15 to go, and Josh Brock crosses the line. He got a really nice jump on that restart. Headed down into turn one. Looks like somebody might have missed a shift or something back there in the field. Two by two down the back stretch. Carter Nelson going to take over the lead. He's got Dustin Haynes pushing him. That's going to put Carter to the lead for the first time tonight. And the caution's already out. I don't even know. I got Tom Gum, Zach Korn. Looks like JD was in it as well. Not even sure what happened. I guess we'll look here. Go blimp. Oh God, Tom was already sideways before we even. Look like the 17 drifts down, gets Tom in the quarter. Tom's trying to catch it. Oh, the 78 just gets Tom right in the door. Corn goes airborne. JD gets it slowed down, so I think JD stays out of it pretty much. Ooh, the 78 crosses in front of JD. Yeah, so Corn and the 78, the most tore up out of that. JD, not too bad. So go back live here. I don't think anybody's going to come down pit road for fuel and tires. Yeah, it looks like everybody's staying out. Eric Cap coming in, JD on pit road. Tom Gom taking a lap here. Or is a lap down. Yep, JD's there, Eric Cap. Actually, looks like JD might be able to save his fast repair. Eric Cap on pit road. Nate Dillard, that car pretty beat up. He's been beat pillar to post in that thing so far. Zach Corn all the way down at the end of pit road. That car does not look happy. McPherson trying to get some damage fixed as we speak. So your top 10 so far, Carter Nelson, Dustin Haynes, Jacob Bowen, Josh Brock, Eric Dillingham, Joe Perazzi, Andrew Phipps, Tyler Nichols, Mike McKaylee, and Aiden Hall are your top 10. Going back a little bit further, we've got Jesse Bennell, Rodney Vest, Gary Freeman, Dennis Daly, Sam Green, Diesel Weasel, Gabe Griffin, Anthony Crownover, Kevin Savoy, and Jeff Pless, your top 20. Should have one more lap of pace in here, and then we'll get ready to go green. Should have close to about 10 or 11 laps left as we get ready to go green. Oh, we might have a visitor to the Stevens Motorsports broadcast room. Trackside reporter Zachary Korn, whose car died in a fury of fire and even got airborne, has joined us in the booth. How's the infield care center treating you, buddy?
I don't know. I haven't made my way there yet. I heard they're airlifting the car to the ER, though.
It looks pretty bad.
Oh, I've never been airborne twice in one race. I'll tell you that.
That's pretty impressive. It looks like this season is going to be interesting with a lot of side draft and a lot of checkups, a lot of unexpected too.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, the side draft in this car is very, very real. You get up next to somebody and it slows you down. Like I was sitting there in front two cars in the bottom lane, and next thing I knew, I was dropping 15 miles an hour. It felt like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because at one point you guys were running really good on the bottom lane, and then the bottom lane it was like somebody put a brick or an elephant on the hood of the car in front, and the top lane just took off.
Yeah,
so
pretty much. It baffles me.
Right. I mean, I was kind of surprised because all of a sudden the top four in that lane just were gone.
Yeah. And that's why I hang the top lane for as long as I did, and then just had that opening where I had it before this caution, and as soon as I moved down there, it's like it just died.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked, but I guess we'll see how these guys finish it out. Pace car's about to duck off. Carter Nelson going to bring him to the green flag once he hits the restart zone. And we're away. Man, he didn't wait long, did he? He got right into the restart zone, so the heck with it. I'm going to stretch this out. Nelson with a pretty good lead as we roll through 1 and 2. But I see Dustin Haynes is on his way to the front. I know he doesn't want to see this end like the Daytona 5. Oh, there's a big one. Dennis with nowhere to go. A bunch of cars around.
That was huge.
I was literally about to say, this is going to, Dustin Haynes doesn't want it to wind up like Austin Dillon in 2016. And then he gets spun. We'll go to the blimp. I don't even know what happens. Headed down the backstretch. Josh Brock's on him. Yeah, just a little bit of a movement caused what looks like a bad bump. Josh Brock tries to save him, and then he gets into Bowen.
I think there was a wreck behind all that too.
Yeah, because of the checkup. Oh man, Dennis gets crown over as he tries to get away from the wreck. There's a whole lot that happened here. Holy moly. Sam hits the inside wall pretty hard. Man, that's rough. We're going to see how many cars are out of this one after that. Looking crown over with a little bit of damage. Savoy's made it out. JD still looks clean. The 78 has had one heck of a night. There's not a lot of sheet metal left on that car. Look at the 14 of Sam Green. Sam, you look like you're missing your nose. Sam, that nose is missing. A lot of guys stayed out there. The 78, I believe, getting the lucky dog, so that'll help him out a little bit. Actually, that should put him back on the lead lap, even without a front end clip on the thing. So that's good news for the 78. Bad news for the rest of the field because we're still pacing. Top 10 so far. Carter Nelson, Eric Dillingham up to second. Josh Brock third. Andrew Phipps is fourth. Joe Perazzi's fifth. Mike McKaylee sixth. Tyler Nichols is seventh. Jesse Bennell is eighth. Rodney Vest ninth. Gabe Griffin is 10th. Mover of the race, Carter Nelson, up 26 positions. It's actually a hell of a drive so far. So it looks like Dennis, Eric Cap, Jeff Pless, Sam Green, Aiden Haller, Dustin Haynes, Michael Brock, and McPherson all on pit road. So we should be going 1 to green this time by. All right. So you got Carter Nelson, Eric Dillingham kicking this thing back off. By the way, Corn, if you wanted to have a good laugh, I came back after, going to get a drink and everything, and I start talking about the race, except for we're about to go green, and I noticed that my mic bar isn't moving. I'd been talking the whole time with my mic turned down.
Oh, no.
But only under caution, so it was pretty comical.
That's fair.
So
that's fair.
Yeah. That, and we've had the typical broadcast hiccups with the overlays not working, things of that nature. So that was fun.
Yeah, it's not a broadcast without mistakes.
Yeah, some sort of technical issue,
Exactly.
Well, who's your money on to win this thing coming down to the end?
He's out of the race. He's sitting in the pits.
Oh,
no,
you? You were talking about Tom, weren't you?
No, that 17 of Gabe has been Gabe Griffin's been looking really strong. If I had to pick somebody, it'd be either him or Dennis Daly. They've been strong running up front all race long.
Well, Dennis is going to have to come from the back to pull it off, especially after that wreck. So Josh Brock's been pretty fast too. 7 laps to go as we get under green here. See if these guys can finish it off the way that they should. Man, Tyler keeps blinking every so often. It scares the ever-living daylights out of me.
Mm-hmm. Try being next to it on the track.
Josh Brock sliding up a little bit. Everybody got to keep it straight. Ooh, Brock is all over the back of Carter. Eric Dillingham to the lead with Andrew Phipps in tow, though. That midline coming alive. Eric trying to cover both lanes a little bit, side draft the bottom lane down. Carter going to come back on the bottom. Josh Brock just looking for an opening to swing it high. There he goes. Oh, the 99 up in the wall. Josh Brock going to be your leader off of 2. Phipps going to make his way to the bottom. Eric's going to bail on Brock. We're getting down to every man for himself as Dillingham takes the lead. Phipps going to go to the high side to leave Dillingham now. Golly, this is some wild racing. Josh Brock goes to the bottom. Gabe Griffin goes with him as he tries to side draft his way back to the front. Oh, Joe getting a little loose. He gets stuck into the sucker hole, and he turns over the nose of Diesel. Does he keep it off the wall? He does. Oh, JD McHaley going for a ride. Somebody losing their front end. And look who's come to the front. Oh, Dennis and Aiden, 3 wide. It's going to get nuts in a second. That is a lot of wild racing. 4 laps to go. Carter back to the lead. Dennis going to try to put a run back on. He was almost there. And Dennis is going to the high lane. Carter tries to block. I'm surprised that there's cars with noses missing still hanging on. It's kind of wild, actually.
Only
Carter,
that worked without tires.
Right? Gonna be 3 to go at the line. Carter leads across the line there. Gary Freeman in tow. 48 of Phipps on the outside. Freeman at Phipps' door. Carter continues to lead. Gary getting a heck of a shove. They get a little bit of space between them and the rest of the field. 3 wide back by Dennis in Diesel with Savoy and that 98 Dogecoin paint scheme. 2 laps to go. I don't know if Gary's going to leave Carter's bumper after the whole Talladega deal last year, because Gary was pushing him pretty good and then all hell broke loose. So we'll see what happens as Tyler's trying to go.
Oh,
Spud, and they're wrecking big. No caution.
there
Wow,
it is.
that was late. That was very late.
42 car pileup. We don't need a caution for it.
Caution, what are those? We're going to go off of Tyler. Oh, wow. They were 4 wide. There's actually 2 wrecks at the same time. And really, the rest of the wreck happens back by Eric. Dennis involved in that. Let's see if we can't get Bowen's in it. The 17's in it. JD, we're going to go on board with JD here because this is wild. JD saw both of these wrecks, the last 2 actually, and he made it through pretty clean. We'll play it at full speed here. JD McHaley is the luckiest man alive. My God.
You want to talk about the seas parting?
Yeah, we're actually gonna far chase this because this is nuts. We'll quarter speed this. I mean, you can see the accident gonna happen at the top of the screen, but it's when it comes back that is the wildest. Plus, you've got Fatherball right below him. I mean, he missed Savoy by inches. He misses Mike by inches. You actually see Mike wiggle just a little bit. So there's a little bit of net code there. That's impressive. That is absolutely impressive. So Dustin Haynes, I believe, your lucky dog this time. That'll actually put him on the lead lap. So now Dustin gonna have to fight through. So we are gonna go to our first of 2 green-white checkers. Eric Dillingham claiming he's gonna go from last to first in 2 laps. I don't know if he's got the Dale Earnhardt in him or not. We'll have to see.
I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah,
We've seen crazier things, you know.
could happen. It's like, you know, the phrase wish in one hand and crap in the other.
Yep.
uh, Still got a lot of cars in this though. 22 cars still in this race. So still anybody's race to win realistically. You got JD and Mike right close together. So
You see the Penske boys team up?
we might. I don't know. Gary's been given some good push into the 11, but he's going to be on the high lane this time. So you split up the Chevy boys too. I will say this car with damage runs better than the Gen 6 with damage.
Anything runs better than the Gen 6 with damage.
Yeah, the Gen 6 with damage, it's like you might as well put a parachute on it.
I mean, you could put an Indy car out there with no wheels on it. It runs better than the Gen 6 with damage. So
yeah, that's true. I'm pretty sure an Indy car without a wing runs faster.
Yep.
Top 10 at the line here: Carter Nelson, Gary Freeman, Andrew Phipps, Josh Brock, Jesse Bedell, Anthony Crownover, JD McKaylee, Mike McKaylee, Eric Kapp, Jeff Pless. Your top 10. So you think Carter can get it done and hang on the bottom there, or do we see one of these other guys come from the back and pull it off on a green white checker?
I think we're going to see somebody besides Carter win this race. It's a super speedway race. Anybody can win it. I mean, Eric can win it from last place if he just plays his cards right.
That's true too. I mean, if I'm Carter, I hold the field until the last second, so that way nobody can freight train me. Because otherwise, if you get a jump, it isn't going to help.
It's over if you get a jump.
Yeah, you're going to get freight trained in like 5 seconds flat. So I think you've got to stack the field. You've got to be paying attention to your rearview mirror to know how far out in front of Phipps you get, because as Phipps was proved, he could pretty much drive through the field. We've seen that already. So you've got to make sure you keep him boxed in. And you've got Jesse Bennell there too.
I think Carter's best bet is to make just enough of a jump that he can pull up at the start-finish line in front of Gary.
Yeah, because him and Gary showed that they've been able to play nice together. Unless Carter's going to get a jump and Gary's going to slot in.
And remember, they can't move till after the start-finish line.
Right. That's why I said you might hold them and then go at the same time if you can time it. Gary doesn't fire off with Carter. Carter gets way too much of a jump. That
big gap.
Yeah, that's not good news. I mean, yeah, the only thing that would help Carter here is maybe Gary side drafted Phipps to pull him back. We've got a caution.
Interesting.
I'm not sure what happened.
Neither am I.
It was backed by Eric because I heard him say something. Oh God, the 78 was way loose. I gotta back that up. Okay, it actually was before that.
Oh, the 3 makes contact with the 78.
Yeah, I just saw that last second. I think he just lost where the front end was because you see him moving down. I wonder if the closure rate was just wrong. Not really sure. Yeah, and then Dustin up into the wall and that's all she wrote. I think that car is done at this point.
Eric did a great job getting through there.
Yes, he did. He definitely made it through cleanly. So we'll have one more green-white checkered attempt before we end the night here. So next flag will start it, and the following flag's going to end it. So So Carter continues to lead under pace, and we've got Gary Freeman, Andrew Phipps, Josh Brock, Jesse Bennell, Anthony Crownover, JD McKaylee, Mike McKaylee, Jeff Plus, Eric Cap, your top 10. Just outside of it, you got Diesel Weasel knocking on the door with Sam Green, Tyler Nichols, Joe Perozzi, Dennis Daly, Kevin Savoy, Gabe Griffin, Rodney Vest, Aiden Haller, and Eric Dillingham, all your cars on lead lap. I know this race gets over. I can tell you where I'm going to be headed here shortly.
Where's that?
Talladega.
Talladega. See, I thought about just exiting out of here, go running an 87 race.
Right. It is that week.
Just wasn't ready yet.
Yeah.
I just wasn't ready yet.
didn't do enough practice.
It wasn't even that. You get wrecked out of a race and it just kills you.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. I've been so close to gaining this week, and I've been losing 3-4 iRating here and there. So I've got to gain at some point, right? The slump has to end.
I'm hearing that the 11 has a black flag for jumping the start.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, he started right when he should have, I thought.
It sounds like you might have gone just barely early. With the transponder in the rear and all.
I thought he was right in the restart zone. We'd seen guys jump earlier than that.
I know.
Well, we got a second. Let's go back and take a look at it. Oh, it was close. That's real close. That's going to be a race control call. So that'll be reviewed in post race.
I mean, it's
that's real close. I don't know.
He is at 76 or 75 as he crosses the restart zone. That's gonna be a very close call.
Yeah. Yep. So we'll see how that affects our start lineup for the Daytona 500. Or well, yep. I wouldn't say the Daytona 500. We're gonna call it what the Daytona 125 or 175.
I was gonna say it's what 120 laps.
I believe so.
So hold on, let me do my math here. Daytona 300.
There we go. The Daytona 300.
Yeah.
We'll have that next week here. Same time, same drivers, same paints. We got a full season to do after we get this shootout wrapped up. So
I'm pretty excited for the full season here. It'll be the first full season that I'll have gotten to run with these guys. The Throwback League has been phenomenal when I have gotten to run with them. I've done race control for them in the past. It's a fun league.
And now, dude, we've done it all at this point. We've even got broadcast added to our names now.
Yeah.
I just need to steal that championship from Jesse Bennell. All right. Carter Nelson going to bring us to the line. Gary Freeman to the outside. Let's see what happens. Carter's going to get him to close.
See if they can make it to the white flag.
Yep. Remember, after this, next flag's going to end it. Carter actually waited quite a little bit longer that time. Oh, he drops to the bottom. He missed a shift. He missed the shift.
I don't know if he missed the shift. I don't know if he missed the shift or
did it blow up? Oh no! Father balls in the wall. That's gonna end the race. What just happened?
Does Gary have this thing won? Who's got this thing?
I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see how they line up.
It looks like with the 48 pulling ahead here. I'm wondering if it's not the 48.
I think Phipps might have got it. So we're gonna go back and look at the caution.
Carter's out of fuel.
Oh no, he didn't look at that. Yep, sounds like Gary got robbed. Mike went low and got tapped by the 6. Yeah, Mike goes low. Eric caps right on his bumper, and he's already sideways by the time he starts to settle into the low lane. So that's what's going to end the race. Yeah, so Carter,
I'll tell you, Michael Brock did a great job of getting through that wreck.
Well, and he finishes 18th on the night if everything is correct as to what I have. Which he'll actually get the lucky dog, I do believe. I don't know whether it's going to make much of a difference here, but
I don't think it's going to give it to him because they're under the final lap here.
Oh, are they finally under white flag?
Yeah, I mean they're under white flag here.
Well, that's the way that
the session goes.
That the shootout's going to end here. Checkered flag in the air as we cross the start finish line. We'll have results up momentarily. Did Gary just run out of fuel? All right. So these guys are going to bring it around to the start finish line so they can get some photos. We'll get the results up on the screen. And we'll go to the race results, not the practice results. Andrew Phipps going to win the race over Gary Freeman, Josh Brock, Jesse Bedell, Anthony Crown over JD McHaley, Jeff Pless, Tyler Nichols, Dennis Daly, and Sam Green, your top 10. Joe Prazzi going to come back to P11th after getting spun there early. Or, well, I shouldn't say earlier before the cautions started to fall. Rodney Vest going to come home 12th. Gabe Griffin's 13th. Diesel Weasel 14th. Mike McHaley, Aiden Haller, Eric Cap, Michael Brock, and back a little bit further, Carter Nelson, Kevin Savoy, your top 20. Eric Dillingham finishes 2 laps down, 21st. Nathan Dillard is 22nd. Pop Perosi, 23rd. Dustin Haynes is 24th. Jacob Bowen is 25th. Tom Gom, 26th. And my co-host, Corn, 27th. Anthony McPherson is 28th. And 29th is...
Tell everybody that.
Mike Robinson. Well, yeah, no. As we wait for our top 3 to enter the interview room. I think Josh is trying to get cars lined up so we can get some photos done. But overall, I think with the paint schemes tonight, everything looked really, really cool. I think we're in for a hell of a season. I really do.
Great. And a big shout out to Dennis for getting the subway card done so quickly.
Between him and Sam, they did some killer paint schemes tonight, or well, for the entire season, honestly.
Oh yeah.
I'm just looking to see. I still don't have anybody in the interview waiting room. We'll give it a couple of minutes here. We'll let Phipps burn it down a little bit. And put that on screen so you guys know who we're looking at here. So yeah, like I said, we'll be back here again on next Wednesday, 8:10 as usual, and we'll have the Daytona 500. I've got to look and see. I don't remember where everybody qualified. But yeah, I do know how people qualified.
I'll be in the back.
So Phipps, your winner, going to put it on pole. So that's the only thing that really is going to be affected. You're going to have Gary probably move back to the second row. So we'll see how that falls out as well. Mr. Crownover, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Good to see you back in the car too, buddy. All right, we're going to go ahead and get Phipps in here. Andrew, you put it on pole, then you win the race. So you make sure nobody can have a shot at least claiming that they've got the technical secondary pole for the Daytona race coming up next week. You wound up pretty much driving through the field and I mean, with authority, pretty much. Walk me through the night.
I was just trying to survive. I wanted to learn a little bit, but at the same time, I didn't want to get tore up or do something stupid and wreck somebody. And I lost some track position pretty early. The guys were going hard, and I didn't feel good, so I kind of backed up and just tried to keep the thing in one piece. And I kept looking at the fuel mileage. I was trying to kind of be aware of that.
Right.
There's a lot of smart guys that'll sneak one from you if you don't pay attention.
Right.
So yeah, but then the last time we topped off, I put in a couple gallons, so I knew I was good no matter how many green white checkers we were going to have. And I was really worried about Carter. He was doing a great job. He had it, and I was just going to push the tar out of him, but he just ran out. I had a feeling it was going to be really, really close. So feel bad for him. He ran out, but luckily he was smart, and as soon as it stuttered, he made a left, and we didn't all wreck.
Right. Yeah. We were up here trying to figure out, did it blow up? Did he run out of fuel? Like what happened? So, and you just made the right move at the right time and capitalized on it. And in the previous two restarts, we saw you and Benell kind of hooked up, and I was telling Cornwall, we were sitting up here, I said, if my money's on it, it's Phipps and Benell, because I know Benell can push like crazy. So, I think
Hendrick's cars was gonna be good.
I figured if somebody could get a run, it was gonna be you two guys. So, but I mean, yeah, like I said, you controlled the qualifying, you won the race. So obviously you're 100% locked in for the pole award. So, anybody you want to shout out before we let you go for the night?
I just gotta say I'm so happy to be back racing with these guys. I was running another league, and the nights my wife would kill me if I was playing video games 3 nights in a row. So I'm made the decision to come back and hang out with all my buddies, and I'm just thrilled to get to do this again. I love doing it. So these guys are great. Thank you guys very much for doing the broadcast, and I appreciate all the time and effort.
Our pleasure. One last question before you go. What's it going to take to win the Daytona race from the pole?
A lot of luck. Honestly, there's so many of these guys that are really good at drafting, and I'm really not good at drafting. So it's just getting yourself in the right position and having the right person behind you. I want to apologize to the 41. I hope I didn't wreck him. I know he was having some connection issues. I was trying to just be a good pusher, but he was blinking a lot, and I couldn't tell if it was me that caused it or not. If I did, I'm really sorry about it. But I definitely wasn't trying to. I was just trying to be a good pusher.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of looked at it from here, and these cars are kind of funky. You know, like Dennis mentioned in the driver's meeting, one little off push, and it's like the car's gone, and sometimes it's just gone for no reason. So it's hard to say.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I know. I crashed once in practice, getting pushed, and I didn't. I told the guy behind me, I'm like, "You can push me all you want." I go, I won't lose it." And sure enough, next corner, boom, it's gone.
I lied.
Yep, okay, it's a handful.
Yep. So, all right. Well, we'll let you go for the night, and hopefully we get to talk to you again next week after the first actual round of the season.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I hope to talk to you guys again next week.
All righty, buddy. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
Yep. All right. That was Andrew Phipps. We're going to go ahead. We're going to get second place Gary Freeman in here. Gary, second place on the night. You looked like you might have had something with Carter going before he ran out of fuel, and then it just kind of fell apart. Walk me through it.
Man, Carter and I had that locked up. That late caution. We had it locked up, and I even told Carter it was his win. I'll start fourth next week. I was gonna ship that FedEx package to victory.
I mean, it's not a bad run. I mean, you know, if you could have got the win, it would have put you third place for next week. But I mean, overall, actually, you might be third place because Josh Brock, I thought, put it on the outside poll. So yeah, I think that puts you third place for next week, finishing second, because of how it's going to shake out.
I'm up there.
Yeah, you're somewhere in there.
I'm up there.
But
All matters.
but I mean, overall, it was kind of a wild night. You finished up 24 positions from where you started. So you definitely you had to kind of
say
you had to kind of come through the chaos.
Well, I had to get collected in the chaos and then come back through.
I mean, that happens at a super speedway. It's kind of a thing that goes on.
Yeah.
So
I got low down for it and got destroyed.
Yeah, it happens. I guess the question then is, what's it going to take to beat these guys next week?
No late cautions.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I got to hook back up with that Toyota again. We're going to get redemption
for Talladega last season. Yeah. I was kind of wondering. I was like, I don't think Gary's going to leave his bumper, but
nope. You and I both know we get that taste. We get that itch, but it was like, it's the duels. I'll let him get the duels.
Right.
If the roles reverse for the 500, I know we'll do the same.
That's fair.
So,
all right. Well, you think you can get it done next week?
I mean, as you said, it's super speedway.
Yeah. I mean,
you walk in here, you roll the dice. You roll the dice and you expect to go home with a completely junk car. Anything less than a destroyed car is a good day.
That's very true. That's very, very true. So, all right, buddy. Well, like I said, second place on the night. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it puts you third for the start of the Daytona race, or for the start of the season, I guess we'll say. Anybody you want to shout out before we let you go?
Well, we gotta shout out Josh. He gave me some great pushes at the end. Gotta shout out Carter. We had this thing locked up till that caution. Gotta shout out all the admins and race control. You guys always do a great job. Gotta shout out you for broadcasting. And gotta shout out Too Fast.
All righty. Well, on that note, buddy, we're going to let you go so we can get the man, the myth, the legend in here. And hopefully we can talk to you again next week.
Sounds good. Hey, just make sure you remind that number one car that he was only number 3 today.
Ooh. Okay. I'll remind him. We'll see how he takes that.
Gotta love it.
We'll talk to you later, Gary.
Later.
All right. And we got to get the man, the myth, the legend, the man behind this whole thing comes home P3 tonight, which Gary Freeman would like me to remind you that you were only P3 tonight. I mean, you had a wild night. I mean, you were kind of all over the track. You led some laps, had to kind of come through the pack. Walk me through it a little bit, Josh.
It was just, you would see there was one time where I shot it up the middle with Tom and somebody else, and I can't remember who I came up the middle with, but we just had it rolling up the middle. So I was like, you know what? Let's go for it. Why not? Let's try it out. And it actually worked pretty good. Then got shuffled back again. I think it was on a pit stop when I slid through the box. And I don't know, man. It was just, high speed chess. You see a line slowing down, spotter says clear high, you jump it outside and keep it going.
Well, especially in this car, you need the momentum to be able to do anything really, unless you're boogieing 4 cars deep and you're just rolling with them. But I mean, we saw you take the runs, make the moves when you needed to, and it definitely puts you in a good position by the end of the race there.
I was close on gas. I finished with 0.6 laps of gas left, and I only pitted on that one caution where everyone came in.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. I took gas then, and I finished with 0.6 laps of gas left in that tank.
That's close. I mean, tonight was the night. If you were going to experiment, I would experiment tonight before you get to next week.
Each time that caution came out, I looked down to see how many laps I would have left. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yep.
Barely gonna make it.
I get
barely
that.
gonna make it.
It
was a good run though. I wish we'd have had that under green conditions coming to the checker, because I think me and Gary had something for the inside, and I think I might have had something for Gary, but we'll bring it back next week and repeat round 2.
Well, and that's the other thing. I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked Phipps. You're gonna be outside front row. What's it gonna take to win it next week?
I don't know. I don't know.
Little bit of luck.
I broke my magic crystal ball, so I can't see the future no more. But it's gonna take a lot of luck. It's gonna take some friends, because you really, like, one line couldn't prevail better than the other. I mean, the outside had the ability to side draft, but if the inside got going, give it a lap or two, they would start checking up real bad, and here comes the high line shooting right back around.
Right.
Right. It was weird. No pack separation. We were on top. Everyone was pretty much on top of each other. I know when I got shuffled about 12th or 13th, I was on the brake more, and I was on the gas down the straightaway.
And that's something that I've noticed with this car running it in the ARCA series here is you kind of, even if you let off, it feels like the car wants to keep going.
Yeah, it's like the draft will pull you.
Yeah,
and it actually will. It's weird. So I found myself dragging brake a lot more when I was on the gas down the straightaway. I'm still half throttle, and I'm just cruising, and I'm looking up. I'm like 194, 95 miles an hour,
right.
half throttle, just on a Saturday cruise.
Right.
But I had a blast, man. I missed all last season. This was fun.
Well, we had 29 cars tonight. I mean, from the race admin side of it, I mean, it really looked good. It's going to be a heck of a season, I think, if these guys keep driving this way.
I think it's going to be pretty good. I mean, especially from what we've seen in the test races, practice races leading up to tonight. Kansas, we were 4, 5, 6 wide. Vegas, we were 4 wide.
Yeah,
it's going to be a good season with this car. It's going to be one of the raciest seasons ever. Right
and I think with guys getting used to driving around the same guys week after week, I think by about week 4, week 5, everybody starts to kind of figure it out, and it really starts to drag on into the late end of the season. I think it's going to be really awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's going to be great. I can't believe it. Outside front row for Daytona, and then if I hadn't have been on the outside front row, I'd been lining up what, P6, P7?
Well, you finished
P6.
You finished third. Yeah, well, because Gary finished second, but he wasn't on the front row. It'd be close to like third or fourth.
That's not bad. I'll tell you.
No.
That's a
Yeah,
good speed week right there.
and there you go. Anything else as far as from the race admin side of things since we got you sitting in here?
Well, we got some calls to look at. We got some things to look at. But I think the replay is going to be beautiful. I can't wait to watch this on the broadcast. I can't
Well,
wait.
hopefully I did a
can't
decent
wait.
job. I like to think I did a decent job, but well, on that note,
I know you did.
I usually try to, bud. I usually try. So, but on that note, everybody, we're gonna call it a night here. Like I said, the shootout's done and dusted. Season's gonna start next week. We'll be live back here 8:10 on Wednesday next week for the full Daytona experience. We might even start a little bit earlier, get a few interviews, see what guys are thinking at the start of the season. So maybe by the end of the season, we'll get some end of the race or end of the season interviews, and really get people's opinions, and we'll do something with that. But to everybody that raced tonight, epic amount of racing. We had a lot of cars on the lead lap, which was absolutely awesome. I'm planning on being live myself probably tomorrow night. We'll do some streaming from Dega. So if the 87s are your thing, you're not going to want to miss that. And then we also have the NASCAR 3D broadcast coming up. We've got Fast Car. I've also got Corns League. So be on the lookout for all of that stuff. But until tomorrow night, everybody, have a great night. If we don't see you until Fast Car later this week, have a good rest of the week. And we'll talk to you all later.